The former national chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, and that's Peter Ameh, joins me now to unpack this latest development. Mr. Ameh, many thanks for joining us. We appreciate you for doing this with us, and a very good evening to you. I mean, good evening. What might be the motivation for Atiku Abubakar joining the ADC officially? Could it be all the events that played out yesterday with last week with the PDP?
I think that has to do with partly that, but the fact remains that for every heavyweight politician in the country now, they are more hopeful because of the abysmal and the poor performance of the APC in the last 10 years. So, and on the level of how they have pushed more Nigerians into poverty. Atiku Abubakar, history is not something that is hidden from every Nigerian that he has participated in the presidential election several times, and we want to take another shot at trying to contest for that very high seat in our country by 2027. But what's really, for a lot of analysts, what is really there, if you look at his track record and how he was part of those who agitated from 2011 to 2015, how the rotation arrangement in the north and south should not be jettisoned or be broken during the Jonathan years. It baffles a lot, and it's surprising to a lot of analysts to see that despite he knows that the South still has 4 years, is ready to participate in the election. So these are the challenges going into 2027, because there will be a lot of cards that will be put on the table, and a lot of things that will be opinion that will be formed ahead of the elections.
Do you think that this defection will have any implications within the PDP and among other key political figures in the party, or even in ADC?
If not because of the government in power have decided to be manipulating the opposition, especially parties that feel we undermine and reduce their own strength going into 2027 election. Know how PDP has tried to put their house back in order, but with this Atiku Abubakar moving to the ADC, to definitely add to the robust engagement that is happening within the ADC and give them some level of strength. But the presidency in the time has a lot of other issues that comes on board when a man wants to contest. So I hope the opposition gets it right in making sure that they feel the pulse of the nation. They look at the overwhelming interest of the people on what they want for the election, and whoever will come to the ballot must be appealing to the Nigerian electorate, because the vast majority of our voting bloc today are youth based. So it's critical that some of this the element must be taken into consideration before any decision is taken to put anybody forward ahead of 2027. Ahead
of 2027, indeed. What are the prospects of the ADC as a party and a coalition in challenging the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC? I mean, PDP have tried since 2015, I beg your pardon, and it's failed. I mean, Atiku have tried, and clearly in 2027 with the ADC, will he be able to stand a chance?
If not because of the lack of zoning of the PDP in 2023, if they have zoned as they agreed by most of the stakeholders of the party at the time, I don't think that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have made it, no matter how much attempt they want to rig. So it is about keeping up with the agreement. Their primordial sentiment and the reality of our democracy must be, we must not allow it to look as if they are not important. They are very important aspect of it. I know for perception and reality, there's just a thin line between them. When you have most of the things that was going about in the social media in the last 3 days, is that the national headquarters of the ADC today was the same building that Atiku Abubakar used twice for his campaign, 2019 and 2023. So a lot of people are saying that it is a bad optics. There are a lot of optics that such party must try to avoid at all costs. No matter what it takes, they would have done whatever they have to do. Let not look as if the the presidential ticket has already been, given ahead of the primaries to Atiku Abubakar. There was a double what they had to do because there are a lot of vacancy on big buildings, high-rise building across FCT that would have been befitting enough to be used in strategic location than for them to go and submerge themselves into a building that has been used by a particular candidate, that is seeking for the presidential ticket that's supposed to be, that will come through a primary election, that will not share somebody that will lead the ticket of the party.
Right.
So it's about, they should be able to get the optics right, because if the perception seems that to overshadow reality,
right,
then people might think that's something that there's there before what is going to happen.
I mean, away from politics, there's an elephant in the room, which, I mean, we're yet to address. And let's just talk about it. It's insecurity, right? It's our door. It's at our door front. We're seeing all that's happening with the schools and the kidnaps and, the videos that have circulated online, and parents were just worried for their children. And now we've seen the U.S. pledging support to enhance Nigeria's capabilities in countering terrorism and violent extremist groups. Do you think that this partnership will have any implication for Nigeria's sovereignty?
The Nigerian sovereignty is there, but when it comes to international engagements like this, if Nigeria is unstable, it will affect both Sub-Saharan Africa and over other international organizations, countries. So what is very necessary is that, well, for a long time, the U.S. has given us aid. They have given us the ability to be able to get weapons to fight these insurgents and these terrorists. But I don't think there's within our country, there's no political will to actually carry that kind of fight to the terrorists themselves and then defeat them. Because look at the release of those kidnapped in Kwara and other places today. We are not seeing terrorists being arrested. We don't know how they were released. It's done in such a shady manner that makes people feel that the ransom was paid. And this ransom will further go to strengthen the resources at the disposal of the terrorists. So we need international cooperation, especially that of the USA. If we can look at the collaboration, if we say there's no boot on ground, despite giving us all these resources that have been given in aid, what we should do is also allow them to help us use their high-level technology that they have to help us map out where these bandits are gathered, and then we take them out strategically so that they can reduce their number, because the more they are gathering, the more they are surrounding our country, the more endangered the citizens of Nigeria become. So I think the partnership is critical, but must be taken to an advanced level, because if you say you're just going to provide aid to the Nigerian politician, the Nigerian soldiers will have seen how much they have complained for lack of care, and this lack of care, actually affect the moral building of the personnel in going into war, because that is what is also critical. And we must see a commander-in-chief that must be willing to take action and also be to be compassionate and sympathetic towards the plight of those who are putting their life on the line for this country. So these are part of the commitment that will come from the Nigerian political side, political leadership, and also part of the commitment that will come from international countries that have partnership with Nigeria over the years, to see that such level of terror that has been that has besieged our country is dealt with and treated with all necessary strength that is required to do that, because we can't treat this with soft hands, because at the end of the day, we look at from the small cells that this terrorist organization were operating. They now have cells all over across Nigeria, from Ekiti to Kwara, from Kwara to Ondo, to Kogi, and to Zamfara, and Kebbi, Yobe. So right. It is no longer in Benue State. So they must be taken seriously, and we need international help, to be able to deal with this decisively. All
right. Mr. Ameh, I must say thank you for taking out the time to join us. Peter Ameh there, just giving us a bit of insight.